Authors and dragons!
Time of magic, age of might. A band of heroes step up to the fight. Playing with powers they don't understand. Will they fuck it all up or will they save the land?
Treachery, vanity, loitering, and worse. They are their own worst enemies. These fuckers don't need no cause. Authors and dragons! Authors and dragons!
Their powers combined, a group of fantasy authors take on a sadistic games master. Will they survive? The odds do not look good.
Authors and dragons! Authors and dragons!
Hey everybody, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing the role of Fandango the Fantastical, dashing bard of all trades. In real life, I write multiple series, including The Black Knight Chronicles, Bubba the Monster Hunter, and Quincy Harker Demon Hunter, the most recent of which, Carl Perkins' Cadillac, is available on audiobook from Tantor Media. So get out there and listen to my bullshit.
Hi, I'm Joseph Barassi. I play the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent barbarian. I was an author on the Mongoliad books. My novel Skyfarer and Dragon Road can be found online. It can be found from Angry Robot Books or on Amazon. Go get that. And I am the author of such non-existent titles as The Player's Companion for Player's Companions, Domination, and Your Tabletop.
Oh, please write that. Please write that.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rick Gualtieri, and I play Silas Kane, absolutely nobody's favorite paladin, pretty much mine included. In real life, I write several series, including the Tome of Bill and the Hybrid of High Moon, and currently I am working on books 2 and 3, respectively, of Bill of the Dead and my Hybrid of High Moon series.
Hello, friends. My name is Robert Bevan. I play the role of Klaus Richter, the notorious rogue. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy, novels, and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures.
Hello, monsters. My name is Steve Weverell, and I play Brandon Firemaster, sexually attractive monk. In real life, I play stand-in Firemaster, not quite as sexually attractive drunk. But I also write some books, the most recent of which is the latest Shingles release, I Know What You Dicked Last Summer. Go check that out.
Hey there, everybody. I am Drew Hayes, the captain of this ever-sinking shit ship. I'm also an author. I write books such as Superpowers, Spell, Swords, and Stealth, Fred the Vampire Accountant, and the upcoming release Underqualified Advice and Other Amusing Diversions, a semi-non-fiction, semi-insanity book that comes out October 17th in print and ebook, and will be coming out in audio eventually. I will tell you all the date when I have it. And when last we left our intrepid adventurers, they had, well, done poorly with the Chaos Imp. But, you know, they managed to grab some coins off the ground. Yeah. But you definitely got sent down the bad failure path.
We scrambled for some loose change while getting flushed into the gutter, which I think is
There's coins in that poop.
Pretty much.
Welcome to Vegas, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So you all swirl down. You land in a little dark passage. With it really only goes one way, so you can follow it slowly toward the light.
Oh, we've been pooped out. Is this what it feels like to be pooped out?
Let's Shawshank this bitch.
And why doesn't everybody go ahead and give me perception checks as the map changes?
Whoa.
Ooh.
I am feeling very existential at the moment, like I've just experienced something profound.
Yeah, I don't know about profound, but we definitely experienced something.
Experience, yes. That was a thing that happened.
After paying attention to everything around him to pick up all the fucking platinum, Fandango rolls a 22 for perception.
Bjorg rolls a 5.
Klaus rolls a 12.
Silas is used to being a piece of shit, so he rolls a 13.
Brandon Firemaster is like, you know, that was a weird experience. He's paying some careful attention now. He rolls a 19.
All right, nicely done. So, we'll just start at the bottom and work our way up. Everybody, including Bjorg, can see that there is a loose town-ish area that you have sort of walked upon. There is movement. There are structures. That is all that we're going to say at Bjorg's level, because a 5 is pretty damn low.
Movement, structures. I feel movement on a structural level
There are definitely some things.
in this room.
I sense nouns.
Oh, all right. Shifting gears up to our people who rolled 10 and better. So, it's everybody but Bjorg. You can see that this has some, let's say, some tents. They're really kind of more cobbled together out of tarps and other debris that are, well, let's be kind and say hard used.
Yeah, yes, foreskin tents.
Not what I meant, but holy shit.
Does that mean if you stroke the walls of the tent, it gets bigger?
Look, John, we've got all game to find that out, mate.
You can
and we
never,
will find
ever,
it out.
ever let Silas set up camp now.
I have a tent until I rub the walls, then I have a mansion.
It's like Silas loses his backpack, takes out a knife. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to make another tent. Jeez. I mean, it's a sewer town, so everything here kind of probably ended up through one major means. I chose the pictures I did for the little structures for a reason. The other thing you get is that there are creatures kind of walking around. They're not very big. They appear, maybe roughly 3 to 4 feet tall at the most. They are very heavily clothed and like they have hoods and like they're just, even though it's a very dark area with like only a few lanterns lit around, they are still cloaked like they're going out in the sun in the middle of the day and trying to avoid the light. But yeah, as soon as you all step in, you can see them start kind of bobbing and chittering. So with a 19, we will say, Brandon, you can notice that there is 3 specifically structures, 3 tent tarp things.
Foreskin tents, yes.
Yep. And then with the 20, we'll say, Fandango, you're the only one who notices that there is a little boat tied up to one section of the pier down here.
Pretty sure I'm never telling Brandon that.
Oh, I'll find the boat, Fandango, don't you worry. But Drew, with a 19, can I just say, what does this place smell like?
I mean, honestly, at this point, sense fatigue has probably set in pretty well. In fact, why don't we have everyone roll me
Don't say initiative.
wisdoms?
Okay.
Wisdoms.
Yeah, Fandango rolls a 3.
Silas gets a 1. Not natural, though.
Bjorg rolls an 18.
Brandon Firemaster rolls a 10.
Oh, Klaus rolls an 18.
Such a wise man.
Welcome to Bizarro World.
So the higher your wisdom, the better your selective attention. And the more capable you are of blocking out the constant scent of sewer. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
Doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah, that really makes sense for Klaus.
Bjorg and Klaus are pretty much just numb to it at this point, which really makes sense. I mean, Bjorg, you get sprayed with so much viscera, and Klaus, you're Klaus. So you both have a certain amount of inoculation.
What are you trying to say?
I think I just said it.
It's been said. It's done.
Look, all right. There's a little bit of backup to this podcast. There's things you can read. There's a comic book out there, but you don't really need that. I'm going to suggest anybody who has listened to 2 of these podcasts probably knows that Klaus isn't the best traveling companion. I'm just going to put that out there.
I don't know. These last few episodes, he's kind of been wrecking shit when y'all get in fights.
And I'm wise.
I reckon Klaus smells of cheese, like bad cheese, just constantly. I'm going to put that out there as canon.
Well, Brandon, for you with a 10, it's you're noticing it, but it's not that bad. You're kind of getting accustomed. It's more of a gentle funk.
It's like I can't notice the smell of the room, but I can still smell Klaus.
And then Fandango and Silas, oh man, it is bad for you guys. Although Silas, honestly, you probably like it.
Yes, assault my nostrils.
This is hell.
It also makes sense because Bjork just shit himself.
Oh, yes. Once again, the roles are all coming together.
Sometimes the dice just tell a story.
Can I take a free action to move away from Bjork and Klaus while I'm at it?
No, you're on a
Excuse me.
pier over sewage. So as things stand, if you move away, you're going just into the drink.
Just come here and give me a hug, Brandon. I'm still covered in shit, too.
Oh my god. This is actual hell.
Listen,
Hell smells like a butthole.
Yes, you're still covered in oil, Brandon. But where is that oil from?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to, actually, while you guys go, I'm going to check my oil inventory for something that doesn't smell like butthole.
lavender butthole. Rose-scented butthole.
I just tried to get away from the whole butthole funk here, Bjorg.
It's
If
all
I can just
going
go-
to be tinged with butthole. It will smell like death, but also butthole.
Yeah, it's like when you put an air freshener in the bathroom after you take a shit. It's lemons and butthole.
It smells like swift pine and butt.
I'm just picturing Bevan hanging a car air freshener like, from the toilet handle.
I've got a skin full of tanning oil, and that stuff normally smells like coconut. So I'm going to go for coconuts and butthole and just wrap that oil around my face like a little bag of non-butthole smell.
Okay, you have an oil mask.
Okay. Well, you guys smell awful, but also coconutty. This is an improvement.
If I cast Thunderwave, will the sound blow the shit off of me?
Dude, we're on a very thin walkway here.
I don't think that's how sonic damage works. It might spray it around, but it's not going to clean it off.
I'm okay spraying it around.
You could rearrange yourself into new and magnificent patterns.
I mean, theoretically, sonic cleaning is a thing. But also theoretically, if we're clean and then blown into a lake full of shit, doesn't really matter, does it?
I wouldn't be blown into the lake full of shit.
This is where we have come to. Using loud noise to clean poop off ourselves. This is us now.
That's a very scientific reasoning, Fandinger. But I just have to say that if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me.
All right. Fair enough. I'm not casting Thunderwave yet.
I've got an idea, lads. How about we step away from the huge lake of shit?
Yes, let's go forward and see how badly the creatures here need to be killed.
Yeah, we can. Well, let's try and buy some droids off them first.
Yeah.
What creatures?
We've had like a fairly traumatic, chaotic experience. Kinds of robots, and Klaus was jerking off a robot. And we all had some weird experience there. Bjork was blue for a minute. Klaus was a sheep for a minute.
Is
Wait.
Bjork still blue?
Is
Oh,
Klaus
yeah,
still
all
a
of
sheep?
that stuff is still in effect.
Oh, all right. I'm still a sheep.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And Ron Weasley Jeremy is still me.
Yep.
Wait, which one is talking?
I want to throw some see if I have some some trail rations, like some nuts and stuff. Throw it into the shit water and see if Klaus's body dives in after it.
Is somebody actually calculating for that?
That's up to Klaus.
Running some fucking numbers.
I will instruct Ron Weasley Jeremy to not jump in the shit water by means of meh.
Ron Weasley Jeremy is the most composed and well-reasoned of all of you, so he just kind of hangs out.
Yeah, fair
That's a
enough.
good point, yeah.
All right. Let's go into...
Yeah, let's go onto some solid ground here.
You want to...
Check out the foreskin tents? No, I don't. But you go ahead.
Okay.
All right, well, as soon as you all start moving onto the actual stone areas, you definitely can see these are decrepit. There's big chunks missing, hence the holes in the floor. You see the creatures kind of skitter more, and then one runs into this tent, and then runs out shortly after, and then seconds later.
Neek, neek.
Boomdaki.
You see this big old one walk out.
By big old one, are we talking like nipple height
It looks
or what?
it looks like a very
Oh no! I mean, if you look at the token here, I'll increase the size for a second just so you can kind of see.
it's like a very
It's like a Brandon Thighmaster Jawa.
It's like it's got all the same looks, but just looks massively jacked.
Okay, I motion to my comrades. Say, stay back. I believe this is the leader. I think I can communicate with him. And then I peck dance Morse code.
Brandon, to your surprise, you see the creature go into a flex, and roll me a wisdom
God,
with advantage.
I shall want to see Brandon lose a flex off to a sewer Jawa.
Hey, he's a jacked sewer Jawa. Doesn't matter what species you are, what race. It just matters that you're perfect. Okay, Brandon Firemaster rolls a 20 wisdom.
Whoa.
You know that form. That's definitely one of the many fist flexing forms.
Holy shit. You see, Klaus, and Silas especially, at the Temple of the Many Fists, it doesn't matter what race you are, what gender, what species, as long as you can flex, you're in. This here is my brother. Even you, my sheepy friend. Should you work on your core game, you too could be accepted at the Temple of the Many Fists.
Meh.
I give him the traditional greeting of the Temple of the Many Fists, which is at least 20 different poses.
He begins to change at the same tempo as you, matching you flex for flex.
It's like some strange interpretive dance we're watching.
Yeah, pretty much. To you guys, it is pure madness. You are just watching two very muscular people just flex and pose and twist and turn and just really try and get that perfect angle.
Watch hell, I'm providing a soundtrack.
Nice.
I'm busting out the loot, and we're going some old school winger background music here.
And then we perform the final greeting of the Temple of the Many Fists, where we put out our hands as if to shake hands, and then don't, because that's not what we do.
You both swing your hands up to brush aside the hair you don't have.
Nice.
As you go for the fake out, and then he embraces you, brother.
Whoa! You say embrace?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he goes
easily.
to embrace you. You can avoid that.
We do the kind of like manly bro hug where we don't actually touch.
You kind of have to guide him through that.
Yes, yeah. Or he's obviously maybe from like a different sect of the Temple of the Many Fists. That's fine. I'm prepared for that. There are many paths to perfection. I just don't want any of them to touch me. And then I will offer him my tanning oil.
He will slather.
This feels oddly intimate. I don't know if we should be watching this.
Well, I don't know. You guys can stay there. This is the rest of the podcast now.
And that's the bard saying that this makes me feel uncomfortable.
I'm going to be fully honest. This wasn't originally part of this town, but when I was populating it, the character tokens I picked had two forms. The little ones and ultra jacked. And I was like, all right.
But isn't that like all species, Drew? there are just the normal ones and the the proper ones.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Brandon. Technically, don't you have to punch this guy in the face?
No, he's part of my temple.
Well, yeah, but he's a different species. I mean, enlightenment and all.
You can punch that other little guy in the face.
I'll bet. I'll punch one of his friends in the face. I don't want to disrespect the guy. I mean, he can punch one of you guys in the face. I'll punch one of his guys in the face. Yeah, I go to this one on the right. I punch him in the face. And then I gesture magnanimously to Silas.
Hang on. You're actually going to have to roll an attack to hit it.
That's fine. I don't want to do a big attack. It's just, this is ceremonial. Non-lethal damage. I will roll unarmed strike. for a natural one. It's possible I'm being too ceremonious with this, and I just gently brush the little guy's face.
You kind of telegraph the punch, and it leaps onto your fist and then springs off and kicks off your face and does a somersault through the air and then goes about its business.
Oh my word, this guy has no idea of etiquette at all, does he? How rude. Well, that was a bit of an embarrassment. I shrug at the important one.
Important one.
And I still gesture magnanimously to Silas. Should he want to learn more about our species?
He doesn't seem to take you up. Just kind of lifts his hand. Bros!
Nice.
Fandingo's moving in.
Bjorg is also going to go in, since apparently this is not something that needs killing.
Although if he starts talking about CrossFit, I'm fireballing his ass.
Oh, he's definitely going to start talking about CrossFit.
I'm definitely out of fireballs.
Bjorg is looking around and like, is this guy wearing a shell necklace?
No, he's pretty much just wearing like the creepy cloak hood and the loincloth and oil now.
All right, oil.
There you go.
And the absolute slabs of muscle of a lifetime of dedication.
You see, in the Temple of the Many Fists, it doesn't matter what we're wearing. We're always very well dressed.
Is Klaus a male sheep?
Actually, right about this time, there is a poof sound. And Klaus, you return to your own body, and the thing ends. I looked it up. Polymorph is concentration, and the imp doesn't care that much.
Damn it, Drew, you should have just said, you decide.
I was going to try out my new body, and now... Oh, God. All right.
You guys,
You ruined everything, Drew.
And suddenly, Klaus is hunched over, mouth open, reaching toward his crotch. And as he's, you're back to human form.
Oh, that's completely normal.
Right.
I would like to say that the phrase "I was going to try out my new body" coming from Klaus is one of the creepiest things I can imagine being said.
I like to say that probably happened in real time. As I was going to try out my new body there. And we all just ignored him.
I was going for a hoof in the vagina, but I just kicked myself in the balls.
Wow.
So anyway, I step in front of Klaus to our new emissary. I step right in front of Klaus. You know, we've already done the handshake. I would like to, I guess, ask this guy where we are and how we came to be here.
This is, well, official name Turd Town, but we're looking for something better.
Oh, mate, that is not a strong name.
No, we workshopping many other ideas, but you know how it is. Nicknames stick.
Brandon, what's our boat called?
Yeah, well, I wasn't there for the naming of that either. Next time, consult me, and I will come up with a name that has nothing to do with shit, hopefully.
You'd call it Brand Boat.
I was going to call it Muscle Destiny. I tell you what,
that's actually pretty good.
I named this town Muscle Destiny.
Fecalandia.
Oh, God, you just ruined my name.
Here in Turd Town, do you have...
Who run Turd Town?
You see him immediately slam his fist into his hand. The strongest!
Excellent.
This is familiar.
York. So,
Wait, what?
hey, strongest turd, do you have some way to get clean, or maybe nose plugs?
He's kind of look at you and cock his head. Clean?
Oh, my word. He's definitely missed out on certain temple training.
Yeah, at least get the chunks of peanut out of my fucking hair.
Peanuts.
He kind of scratches in under the cloaked hood. Bathe! He gestures to the sewer water.
Hard pass.
Fandingo, you heard him. Don't be rude.
Crapopolis.
He must have come from your sister temple, the Temple of the Many Colons.
The Temple of the Much Fisting.
That is a temple we only speak about in very dark times.
Or after 3 drinks.
Yes.
He's gonna kind of slap himself on the chest excitedly. Lou,
Yes.
gonna point at
Oh,
you.
that's your name. Is that your name?
Yes.
It's an unfortunate name. Is everything here named unfortunately?
He's gonna run back to his terrible little tent and rummage around for a minute, and then come back holding a tattered and dirty, and clearly having been in the water at some point. But Brandon, what you can immediately recognize as sort of the basic compendium of the Temple of the Many Fists, the teachings of it.
Oh, wow. No, it's always great to see another brother of the temple, even if he is essentially just showing me a shit rag.
I got it. Stulingrad.
Fucking Christ. God damn it.
God damn.
Stilingrad's great. Let's all take a little minute to appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to ignoring Klaus.
We keep what people throw away.
Oh, I see. So you found it. You didn't actually attend the temple. You just found the literature and followed our 12-step program.
Yeah, he pats it. He's like, learn common. Learned lifting. And he's going to do a big old flex.
Ah, yes. You learned both the universal languages. Oh, well done, my friend. Excellent. You're spreading the word of the Temple of the Many Fists. You've never even been there, and apparently never been out of this shithole.
It's good to know the Temple of the Many Fists has spread to Turd Town.
It will spread. Yeah. One day the whole world shall lift in unison, and there will be harmony.
So before the whole world lifts in unison, can somebody remind me why we're in the fucking sewer? Because I was a goblin when that happened.
Right.
I was not paying. I was exploring my new body. All right.
For the benefit of our listeners who might have forgotten between all these games, certainly not the players who keep careful notes and absolute attention.
Fucking diarrhea,
there is a
man.
blockage sort of down here somewhere that's been causing problems for those who live further up. You are trying to prove yourselves and build a little clout since you want to go up into the higher cities. And everybody who has attempted to go in from the various entrances has not come back. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with that chaos imp that's fucking with people. But he didn't seem to be sitting on a giant clog of toilets, so that's probably not the plumbing issue.
It's fair. I mean, he was a prick, but I didn't see him blocking anything up.
If anything,
Okay.
he flushed you guys down.
Now that I remember what we were told, not that I forgot, can I roll an int check to look around to see anything that might be the cause of the problem we are seeking to fix?
Sure.
Okay. Brandon Firemaster rolls a natural 1. He is impressed by this tiny Jawa acolyte of the Temple of the Many Shits.
That's a new T-shirt.
Oh, Lou, let me clarify something. You said you never throw anything away?
We keep what get thrown away.
Okay. Silas is going to move up to this little guy here and dump a whole bunch of Toreg tracks out in front of him.
All right. You see it chitter happily and then begin to devour them.
Hey, Silas, can I have a couple of those?
No.
It gobbles down the whole pile and then looks up at you happily.
So, Lou, something's blocking up the sewer, and it's backing shit up upstairs, and it's keeping more shit from getting washed down for you guys to keep. Do you know what's causing the blockage and where it is?
Don't know what, but know where. And he turns and he points. So up in the northern part of the map, you can see this little area where there's a broken bridge. This is actually sort of a river that keeps running up through the stonework of the thing. The rest of this kind of all dead ends out into different little areas and little alcoves. But this one, the northern one, that one kind of keeps going, and that's the direction that Lou's pointing. All the way up there, way up. There are junction points. Place where a lot of things flow. Sometimes big thing move in there.
Like what kind of big thing?
Kind of shrugs. Dunno. People like you come, it go away. Or you go away.
Pooptopia.
I gotta say to my new friend here, when you say people like me, you don't really mean like me, do you?
No, not brother. Adventurers.
Ah, yeah. Standard adventurers. Okay.
Junior
All right, good.
adventurers.
We are
Yeah.
definitely not standard.
Totally. Okay, I'm going to, I've seen the boat. Seems to me that we need to sail upriver, find out what this junction is doing to the standard adventurers, and super exceed that fucker.
Before we do that,
Well, Lou's going to shake his head, I'll tell you that at the outset. Go ahead, Fandango.
hey Lou, do you have any weapons or armor that might have been washed back from adventurers that didn't come back that we could maybe buy off you or trade you more Torag tracks for?
So we'll just take these out of order because yours is the easier one to answer. Lou's going to be like, no, of course not. First rule, Temple of the Many Fists. All you need is fist and muscle.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, Fandango. Come on, man.
Yeah? Nice fucking broom, fist and muscle.
I wear this. I have this broom to show everybody how fucking humble I am. Don't make me remind everybody how absolutely humble I am by holding this broom above my head while I pose dramatically.
And shine your dick light on it.
Yeah, oops, too late. Already did that. Super humble.
So for the boat thing, Lou is going to shake his head and say, there's drop off if you're coming down. Undrop off if going up. Only way past is with Arnie.
Arnie.
Arnie?
I like the sound of Arnie.
I don't know if I like the sound of Arnie. What's an Arnie?
It's a good, strong name.
You see him do the exact same motion with his hands as he did earlier, slamming the fist into his open palm, and just goes, the strongest!
Nice. Lou, I'd like you to take me to meet this, possibly the strongest, perhaps the strongest. Sounds like we've got a lot to talk about.
Arnie only leave for challenge. Otherwise, he only in there, doing crunches, doing push-ups, doing squats.
My God. Such a horrible place, and yet home.
All right.
Okay, Fandango, you heard the man. You better challenge Arnie.
Wait, what?
All right, where's Arnie?
Hey, it's not... I'm on the path to perfection, but you are all on this path with me, and it is about time you guys started pulling your weight.
All right, Lou, where's Arnie? We have a challenge to issue.
What challenge? Do you choose the contest of arm wrestling, the contest of body wrestling, or the contest of flex wrestling?
I'm absolutely sure that Fandango can do all of those.
Bjorg is the mightiest arm wrestler in the land. He chooses the contest of arm wrestling.
Wait,
Oh, wait, we fucking metagaming here.
Yes, we are. Just hang with me, big guy. It'll be fine.
As I am Brandon Firemaster, I guess I will take the flexing contest. I suppose. I mean, if I'm being forced to, he says, flexing massively.
So who's going first is the question.
Do we have to win more than one?
He's only going to fight one challenger. He's only going to take on one challenger at a time.
Oh, right.
This is a contest of honor.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. Bjorg, take this guy and let's just get on our little shit venture.
All right. Bjorg will square up.
What have you chosen?
I don't know. Which one did you guys make me choose?
Bjorg has chosen the contest of arm wrestling.
Contest of arm wrestling. All right.
And Fandango's going to give him bardic inspiration because you can do this, dude. You got this. He's got nothing on you. All he's got is a funny accent and gold pants.
All right. So Lou's gonna kind of take a few steps back, lean, puts his hands to his little cloak hood mouth. He screams in sort of like that unintelligible gibberish that the little ones made, and you hear the sound of footsteps.
Ooh, that's not good.
As Arnie comes into view.
That guy is jacked. Yo, I'm not going to lie. I know jacked when I see it. And that guy is pretty fucking jacked.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's some steam coming off of him. It's truly, with every step, the stone rattles. He gets to this and it just sort of bounds across, like shatters the rock a little bit. He just walking over these things.
Bjork, it's like you with a hoodie.
You see that, Brandon? That's you if you had dedication.
Hey, and size isn't everything, man. I'm fucking killing this guy on definition.
Oh, yeah. Brandon, as a disciple of the Many Fists, you can appreciate, this is honest muscle. He is, I mean, as Lou just told you, all Arnie does is work out.
Not what I want to fuck with.
Yeah. I want to nod respectfully to Arnie and say, Diggy, my friend. Diggy indeed.
Arnie returns the nod and gives you a nod as well, Bjorg. You have a high strength score. You've achieved a good physique.
Bjorg will return the nod of respect and kind of flex his big meat paws.
Arnie will kneel down and rest a mighty a elbow into the stone and wait for you to kind of get in a position.
Right. Bjorg will get into position. What's
You're probably going to have to stand, honestly, due to the size difference.
Yeah, no, Bjorg will stand. Is he gonna... What's the bonus I get from inspiration?
1d something. 1d8.
1d8? Okay.
1d8 at this level.
Fandango's kind of playing a song, but not really paying attention that much, apparently.
My fingers slip a little because I'm still covered in shit.
That's fair, actually, yeah.
All right, so just a strength check?
Yeah, we're going to do a few of these. I guess unless somebody just destroys the other one, and then we'll increment it. But it's going to be a little bit of a give and take. So let's just start with a regular strength check. And I guess inspiration if it occurs automatically.
It doesn't occur automatically. It's something that he can add a d8 to a roll if he sucks.
Oh, does he get to see the result before he can...
Pretty sure. Let me double check. Once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. The creature can wait until after it rolls the d20 before deciding to use the Bardic Inspiration die, but must decide before the DM says whether the roll succeeds or fails.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And at 8th level, it's a d8.
Okay, so to play this fair, Joe, you're going to roll first, and then I will give you a chance to decide if you want to use your Bardic Inspiration before Arnie rolls.
All right.
That way I truly won't know if it's good enough or not.
Bjorg flexes up and bases himself and...
Some good form, book.
Rolls a 9, so we're going to use that inspiration.
Okay.
And that's a 7, so...
Damn, so that's a 16.
Yep, that's a 16. So Bjorg
Very
draws
solid.
deep.
Oh, nat 1. All right. You catch Arnie off guard, so we're going to give you 2 measures of success. So the first one is you kind of win the square off, and the second is you get him pushed down a fair bit too. So you catch Arnie off guard with how strong you are, and that capitalization, that gives you a little extra success.
Excellent. So again we go.
Can I react to seeing him be a badass?
I mean, what's your reaction? Is it to scream, "Fuck yeah, Bjorg"?
Yeah, to give him another Bardic Inspiration, because he only gets one, and he can only have one at a time. But I have one left, so I can say, come on, kick his ass. Show him what the fucking North is made of. Winter's coming, bitches.
We're going to wait and make you cycle through another turn first. So, Bjorg, we can go at the same time for this one.
All right.
If you beat him on your own, that'll end it. If not, you'll get a Fandango for the next one.
Brandon says, come on, Bjork, he's just working them glory muscles.
Winter is plumbing.
That is a 24.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't need that inspiration. Bjorg, you have a little bit of frustration after all that imp bullshit. And it is manifesting as you slam the mighty Arnie's fist to the ground. And he kind of, he's fine. He flexes his hands a few times. He's more surprised than anything. But he gives you a nod. And then kind of stands up and kind of makes the shrill noise to Lou. Looks like Arnie didn't care as much about the language sections. He mostly focused on the workout parts.
Good man.
Fandango moves over to the side of Bjorg, slaps Bjorg on the chest, and says, "Strongest, motherfucker."
Bjorg will look at Arnie and give him a nod and just kind of like, good.
And Arnie walks back to his tent, and you can hear the sound of crunches resuming. As Lou goes,
I like Arnie.
"You did good. He said to give you protein."
Protein.
Does the
Klaus, get
protein
over here.
come from the river?
Well, the good news is Lou's going to dig around and find some, looks like some old rations that got, lost from people who were doing various things. They're
Chicken
a
breast.
little moldy and half-eaten, but they're food.
Chicken breast.
And yeah, seeing as you guys desperately need a long rest after all those hit points you've lost.
And all the spells we've burned?
Yeah, it'll give you a meal, and they are offering you hospitality, so that you can rest in. Well, it's not exactly clean, and it ain't exactly comfortable, but it is pretty safe.
It's chicken and broccoli and a roof over our heads. Well done, Bjork. Good form, man.
Thank you. Chicken breast.
Excremento.
Stop ruining this place more than it's already been ruined.
Nah, stick with it. It's great.
Okay, I say to Lou, do you have anywhere to lie down that isn't covered in shit?
Lou kind of cocks his head. Not covered in shit?
I realize that might be an alien concept to you, but there are many sub-passages of the Temple of the Many Fists that I need to introduce you to. And I realize that some of them may be quite hard to obtain, seeing as we are in a sewer. But I feel it is my duty as an acolyte of the Temple of the Many Fists to inform you that we probably shouldn't lie down in shit. And then I pass him one of my other oils. Let's see what I got here.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't look like he's, that posh, really. He looks a bit like he's been living in shit for a while. So I'm going to give him the skinful of cooking oil.
He is tremendously grateful as he slathers it upon his muscles.
You smell better already.
Yep, you don't lie down and shit, but watching Bjork kick that guy's ass and not you definitely ate some.
Hey, as long as we're all on the path to perfection, my friend. Also, Lou, don't go near any open flames.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like if you go back up and find some Temple of the Many Fist literature, you have to flush it down the toilet. Just, it's obligation at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Asa Blanca.
Oh, goddamn.
I'm glad that throughout all of this, Klaus, you have been focusing on what really matters.
Poopistan.
Jesus.
Hoobastank.
Poopadelphia?
Okay then, Lou, ambassador of Hoobastank, show us to your least shitty quarters so that we might rest.
If this place had an orchestra, it could be called the Boston Poops.
He gestures you to his filthy tarp, which is only as big as the screen lets on, which is not very big, and there's no floor. It's just more stone.
I I got a bedroll. All right, guys, this is me. I'm going to stay in this foreskin tent. You guys want to find somewhere else?
I mean, there's no weather down here, right?
Well, there's...
I mean,
what do they even have tents for? What,
there's the occasional golden shower.
that can happen in a tent.
There's a hurricane of fart smell, let's be fair.
It's more likely to happen in a tent, I would think.
But all I'm trying to say is that it's already weird enough that I am in this foreskin tent on a floor of mostly stone, but probably a lot of poop. And I don't want to make this any more weird by sharing it with you guys. So, run along, find your own foreskin tent, please. Good night.
Bjorg is going to squint at the tent, and then he's just going to honestly unroll his bedroll where he is and sack down.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
There's not really a good or better place in this particular area.
Actually, Brandon kind of looks out at the foreskin tent and thinks, I could not be in a foreskin right now and it would probably be a lot better. But he's committed and he doesn't want to embarrass himself, so he's just going to go with it.
San Francisco.
I like that one.
Crapramento.
Nice.
I already said excremento.
It's all right. We can have both. It's not a competition.
Salt Lake Shitty.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Before bedding down, Silas is going to litter the place with, just walk around a bit and litter the place with more tour rag tracks. Because even if they eat them, they got to shit them out sometime. And that's
they eat them. They are following you around happily.
And that's when the learning begins.
You've got this little flock of Jawa Roombas.
Silas, this is the most popular you've ever been in a town.
Budapest.
Nice. Is Lou taking any of these names on board? I mean, they're very good names.
Hong Dong.
Nice.
Okay, so reminder, when you long rest, you regain all hit points that have been lost, all spell slots, and I don't think you have been burning any hit die in short rest, so you should be topped off on that anyway.
And Bardic Inspirations are refilled.
We regain all hit points?
Yeah, you go back to full hit points.
Remarkable.
I feel strangely replenished after one night's sleep.
Yeah, I should sleep in shit more often.
More often.
More often than always.
You awake to what you're choosing to think of as morning, but I mean, you're in a sewer, so it's kind of all the same.
Klaus awakes to find that, for some reason, the shit is outside his pants for a change.
What are you trying to say?
I think we all know what we're trying to say.
There is no try. There's only poo.
I'm just saying something that you would normally say in a vaguely accusatory tone.
Whatever you do, don't drink the coffee.
Oh my God, is Lou coming around with a cup of warm brown liquid?
Go, you wish. You see Lou lifting a pair of broken rocks and doing just curls.
Oh, good on you, Lou. Excellent.
Oh, those muscles didn't happen by accident.
Oh no, of course not. They never do. I'm going to join Lou in his morning workout. Just do some squats next to him, some push-ups, some one-arm push-ups, some fingertip push-ups, some fingertip push-ups while standing in a headstand position, and some general breakdancing.
Is this what we're doing now?
This is a standard morning routine. For those who've been listening to the podcast, just imagine that every time Brandon Firemaster wakes up, he does this.
So, hey Lou. Since Bjorg is proven to be the strongest, can we take the boat up the river?
He laughs. One contest not strongest, but you earn Arnie's respect. He help you.
We'll take it. What do we have to do to go up the shit river?
Up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Ideally, we would like to have a paddle.
I'd settle for a boat.
Physically, mentally, which is just more physically.
I think that's like literally the opposite of... Never mind.
No, the brain is just a muscle. Like every other muscle in the body. It can be flexed. It's in the fucking pamphlet, man. Come on. You've had all evening to read this.
I'm sorry, I don't read Vainglorious Douche Bro.
Vainglorious Douche Bro was just one of the acolytes of the first 12 prophets. There's many more passengers by various other contributors to the Way of the Temple of the Many Fists. But you should totally read Vainglorious Douche Bro. I mean, he was one of the best.
And some dude named Chad.
Oh, no, do you mean the original Chad?
Yeah.
Well, the original Chad was formed from the very living rock. He was the first of the Temple of the Many Fists. In the ancient speak, Chad just meant cut from rock.
In modern speak, it means Vainglorious Douche Bro. So it's kind of the same thing.
Which translation are you reading? You're confusing me now.
That is my goal. Right,
I'm going to scoop up some pamphlets and see where he's gone wrong. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'm going to figure this out.
And thus Chad did find the Axe body spray, and he declared it good.
Yeah, it's the original coming together of earth and air. That's how the world was created.
Bjorg pauses and considers, cut body with axe. Blood spray everywhere. Axe body spray. Makes sense.
There you go, you see? We're all finding togetherness now in the Way of the Temple of the Many Fists. Tell him, Lou.
Temple of the Many Fists make you strong in body and mind body.
Exactly.
So back to going up Schitt's Creek.
When you are ready, get in boat and grip tightly with all the strength in your muscles.
Oh, why those finger muscles, guys?
All right, let's get in the boat.
Very well.
I'm on a boat.
Back where I belong. Not the ideal boat, not the ideal river.
But but you know something? This is the ship you deserve.
Speak for yourself.
The good ship.
Oh, it's nice and
Ship.
cozy in this little boat.
Is it ship or ship?
It's shit shape.
Shit shape. This ship is ship shape.
This is a little bit cozy, actually, yeah. You guys just want
these creatures are much smaller than you guys.
If you brothers would like to just go to the other end of the boat away from me, that'd be nice.
So is everybody just going to hold on tight?
Yep.
Hold on as tight as I
Is there
can.
anything I can tie a rope to?
I mean, you could throw it under the bench of
What
the
about
seat.
All right, I'll loop the rope around. I'll do that and then tie it around myself.
Survival. Let's see how good that knot is. Fandango, you believe you have tied an excellent knot.
Guys, you should just grab onto this rope. I have tied this thing so fucking securely.
Is he just tied the rope to the rope without it going under the bench?
Guess
Well, anyway,
we'll find out.
Lou told me to grip tightly to the boat. He is an acolyte of the Temple of the Many Fists. I'm going to take his word for it. Only no rope.
Strength check.
Strap check it is. And I have not been rolling well today. 9.
All right. Everybody else, if you're holding on, give me a strength.
All right, Silas will find a nice spot with splinters in it. And he rolls a 13.
Bjorg rolls a 9.
Klaus rolls a 17.
Well, he's got good grip strength. Let's give him that.
Klaus is leaving fingerprints in the wood. So once Lou sees you all in there, he screams more of that incomprehensible language. Arnie once more exits. But rather than walking toward you guys, walks around to here. You see him reach down into the sewer water and grab hold of what appears to be some sort of chain. And it is massive. And it is clearly extraordinarily heavy as you see that whole body go tense, just lifting this chain slowly, inch by inch, dragging it up. And then finally, after what feels like 5 full minutes of one continuous lift, you kind of hear like this soft gong like in the distance, and you feel a whole ripple go through the little watery area y'all are standing on.
Uh-oh. Are we being flushed again? Drew, if you got some problems you want to talk to us about,
From the side, you hear Lou yell, "Our true strongest, doing resistance training and the deepest depths he can."
Nice. Yeah.
Huh.
And you begin to see the water, what we're generously calling the water, slosh around as something begins rising from the depths. And what do you know?
Holy shit.
It's Cthulhu of the Many Fists.
Now this guy is jacked.
Dear God.
Resistance training, man.
So much definition.
Bjork is going to look up and in that very anime sort of tone, such power.
Impossible.
Mommy.
As he literally lifts the entire boat and all of you in it and takes aim and cocks his hand back, and you realize, oh, this is how they're getting us over that part where it drops down. They're just going to throw us.
Brandon says, this makes so much sense.
And, okay. So, everybody made the DC. It's only a 5 to hang on. But Fandango, with that nat 1, oh boy. I am going to need a... let's do a dexterity. Let's see what your reaction time is.
Check or save?
We're going to call this a save.
All right. Dex save of 13.
Okay. So, Fandango, you have such absolute confidence in your knot that you sit there with a smile on your face as the giant, jacked disciple hurls the boat forward, and the momentum pushes you slightly backward. The knot immediately gives as the true force hits and you go sailing away. But you do manage to get a hand on the very back of the boat. Now you're going to have to roll me a strength check and see if you can hang on.
Bjork, save me.
Yeah, can Bjork roll a reflex save or something?
No, this is all from a natural one. He was very sure of that knot.
But he is very afraid of dying, so Fandango rolls a 19 strength check.
So you all just see Fandango whip back through the boat and then just slam his hand down as the true force hits, and you guys go bursting deeper into the sewers.
He's like a cat above a bath.
It looks like your boat has a tail.
Those are my fretting fingers.
I like to think he makes the same noise as well.
And you go skidding along deeper into the bowels of the sewer. And where you lead, well, we will find out on the next episode of Authors and Dragons. But don't you worry, folks. As you know, we are certainly not done. We take your questions and we answer them as we're doing our live blog. But before we get to the Facebook, folks, we have our Discord Patreons who get to cut the line. So, Rick, why don't you take us to a few Discord questions?
I'd be happy to. Our friend Aaron asks, if your characters were to answer the door to trick-or-treaters, what would they hand out?
Tiny packs of lube. And then probably be arrested. It's like, not for that, but it's too late, Brandon. You can't give lube to children.
Bjork would either give out flower crowns or he would give out, assuming this was modern enough, he would give out, individually vacuum-sealed chicken breasts. And then he would pat them on the head and just say, eat this.
A lot of people were probably expecting to say Torag tracks, but the reality is far darker. And you show up to Old Man Silas's house dressed as, oh look, I'm the devil. All you're getting in your trick or treat bag is death, in the form of so many fucking arrows.
Silas is just killing trick or treaters.
Trick or treat, crossbow.
Oh, God.
This is the one day of the year. Klaus doesn't want to pay for garbage removal, so he's just gonna give out garbage.
Giving out trash.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think Gunther would give out chocolate with like all kinds of suggestive packaging to make parents think it was edibles, but in reality, it's just really good chocolate, and he likes to fuck with people.
Fandango would 100% give out random assortments of very colorful jelly beans, and about 1 in 5 would be edibles.
I want to hear like the Charlie Brown gang after this. It's like, well, I got an old lamp. I got some lube. Well, Charlie Brown got shot in the face with 15 arrows.
Charlie Brown got a dead weasel.
I became a corpse. What do you know? He went for a Halloween dressed as a zombie, and he came back an actual zombie.
Charlie Brown, the only character who hates themselves more than Silas.
Because as they say, if your death was traumatic enough, you might spontaneously rise as undead. And any encounter with Silas that involves your death is certainly traumatic.
Sort of seems like encouragement to go out in the most radical way possible. Get a chance of coming back. All right, you died so awesome. You know what? Go again.
Surfer Tony re-rises as a revenant determined to find his old rival.
It's like when the cool guy at Six Flags lets you just like jump the line to go right back in. Not jump the line, but like jump the turnstiles because there's no fucking people.
It's Point Break, but with dead folks.
Oh, now I have to write that.
Are we still on the same question?
I mean, as much as we ever are.
All right.
Yes, you can answer the question if you have an answer for it. We haven't moved on yet.
Yeah, I did already.
You said it like you had another.
And you get to use tissue, and you get to use tissue.
No, we were just talking about like Point Break with zombies and shit. I was like, wait a second, did I miss something?
I was hoping you were going to get specific with the trash.
Just my random ambitions.
Here's an old can of beans I had last week.
Klaus has a lot he can give away to these children. He's got a lot to give.
Some might say a horrifying amount.
Yeah. Gather around, children.
It's been a whole year.
It'll fucking ruin your lives.
You're going to need a bigger bag, kids.
I came here to create utter misery.
Not even that. Klaus just cosmically does not give a shit about the consequences of his actions. That's what I love about the character. If you've been listening to this podcast, you still don't understand Klaus, go download his origin story. Or I'd say his anti-origin story, the origin story that refuses to be an origin story.
What are you talking about? That was a perfect origin story.
He literally subverted every fucking origin story he had foisted upon him to get drunk and try and masturbate in the woods. I mean, it's the perfect origin story, but at the same time, it's also the perfect anti-origin story.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
I think we answered that question.
Yes. All right. Here's a topical one. Our friend Jen asks, how are you all coping with post-con withdrawal?
God, it's bullshit, isn't it?
I have another con next weekend.
Yeah, reality sucks.
Actually, I've been doing pretty good. The con kind of broke me monetarily. That I was a little bit afraid that I wasn't going to be able to get back home, but in my new state of poverty, I stopped drinking during weekdays. I've lost 8 pounds since the con.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Damn.
Poverty suits you well.
Beer had all this calories and shit.
Well, I caught the fucking plague at the con. I mean, I had a wonderful time at the con. Felt like it was my fucking birthday for 72 hours. I felt like I was on drugs for 72 hours, and I was not on drugs for 72 hours.
You were on alcohol. That's a drug.
Well, not for 72 hours straight. It just kind of felt like it was.
I was.
And then I was kind of getting the sniffles as I was leaving, and then it really fucking hit me on the plane. And I was aisle seat, and these guys kept on going, "Oh, can we just move past you?" I was like, "I will fucking murder you, mate. Honestly, I just want to sit here and die." And he was like, "Oh, you picked an awkward time to go to sleep." So honestly, mate, fuck it, I'm going to take whatever disease is in my skull right now and launch it into you like something out of the fucking Alien movies. But I got so bad, actually, like when they finally turned the lights off and it's time to sleep, I woke up and I made an involuntary yelping noise. It's like the whole plane was quiet and I was like, Jesus Christ. Turns out I'm not still fucking really drunk in Vegas. I am dying on a plane. So I didn't adjust well to not being at a con. Being at the con was fucking brilliant. Coming back from the con, Jesus Christ. It's like some kind of fucking, what's it, when those Greeks have a really bad boat trip. I forget what it's called. Anyway.
Well, I had 3 days of cross-country driving, so that was interesting. But getting home and it took me several days to get back into my routine. It was like I spent like 4 days just doing bullshit work just to pretend that I was keeping busy. But
I'm not sure I'm back into my normal swing of things yet.
Yeah, I had back-to-back cons and came back to get a book finally finished and submitted to Amazon for all my shit. So it took me a full week and a half before I was back to normal levels of energy.
I will say I was not the only person who got plague. I think I have killed Ari Carr. I think she's dead now.
I think she left questions on her thing.
Oh, she's not that dead then. Oh yeah, I'll try harder.
I thought
she's back as a revenant.
She is going to
plague and murdered your sister.
That's what the R stands
She's
for.
going to hold on to life with her fingernails because otherwise, I've already told her I was like, if you die, I get to finish our story together, and I guarantee all the characters you love, I will murder.
Next year, Carr. Next year, I'm calling you out in the battle of the fucking horrible con diseases. I don't think anyone else from the con died. I think everyone had a nice time.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I mean, we had a great time, but recovering from it, it's been brutal.
I actually didn't get con crud, which I'm very surprised about, but I did it did take basically a week to recover to where I was able to be fully awake during the day.
Yeah, I hit the ground running.
You fucking invincible monster, Bevan. You're an invincible monster. Everyone has said it. It's like you get down the next day after a night with Robert Bevan and you think, how is Robert Bevan still alive?
Bob hit the ground running because he was like, well, okay, I can't afford to buy Bud Light, so I might as well actually do something.
That's pretty much it.
It's what they call sobriety. Oh God, it was an experience.
Oh God, it was such an awesome experience.
Oh, it
was amazing.
But I don't think I could do. Well, originally on the Friday night, it was supposed to be a quiet night, but those clever fuckers,
No. It was the first night. It wasn't a quiet night.
Well, it was supposed to be. I was supposed to be home by midnight, and I made my way home at midnight. We had a nice tour around the casinos. Thank you very much, Drew. For those of you who don't know, Drew is like kind of a natural tour guide. He's like the Gandalf of casual drinking. And we knocked it on the head at 12, and me and Bevan went back to the hotel. And those wily fuckers put a bar right next to the fucking hotel entrance. Some guy in a taco hat saying, "Hey, 2 for 1 drinks." I'm not going to say no to a guy in a taco hat. But, so Friday, that was supposed to be the quiet day. That was a fucking washout. And then Saturday, our listeners literally tried to kill me.
I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, it was wonderful. Thank you. But at the same time, you're all horrible monsters.
Steve, you might need to elaborate on that for the benefit of everyone who's listening who wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. No, they tried to kill me with kindness. And by kindness, I mean poison. They tried to kill me with the worst drinks they could think of from the bar. And I ended up just kind of handing them back to them. So I like to think I got my own back a little bit there. Maybe, but no, that was a rough, incredible, wonderful night. But I did wake up on a plane screaming on the way home. So
I mean, that's Vegas, though. That means you got the authentic experience.
It's like everyone's like, there's a British guy. Let's just pour shitty alcohol down his throat.
I'm sure he has this in merry old England. Fucking drain yeah, sure. Oh, you wonderful monsters. I'll get you next time.
All right, let's do one more Discord one.
All right, let's. Here's a writing one. You know, we always talk about, our friend Zach of All Trades says, you always talk about listening to your editors when they say to cut stuff. But what is something that you fought your editors to keep in your books?
Speaking of fighting Zach of All Trades, he was the other person who beat the shit out of me in an arm wrestling competition in Vegas. I just want to point that out. Carry on, Josh.
Oh, I was going to say the Squittens in Dragon Road. There's for any of you who haven't read the book, there's an entire scene that's kind of almost a non sequitur to the plot, built around the releasing of these creatures called Squittens, which are basically, they have their forward body is like a Maine Coon cat, and the back half of their body is like an octopus's tentacles. They float through the air. They have thumbs that can open doors. They're about as smart as octopi, and they basically shoot ink on you if you piss them off. And they're adorable and awful, and like the last thing that you would want on board any ship with any sort of complex machinery. And I fought my editor to keep them because fucking Squittens.
I really like the Squittens.
Everyone has
Squittens.
That's been worthwhile. So,
what kind of monster says no to Squittens? Well fought, Joe. Well fought.
The only big fight I've had with an editor was when I moved the Black Knight Chronicles series from being self-published to selling the series to Bellbridge. During copy edits, it kept coming back with them capitalizing internet. And I finally just wrote an email and said, here's the deal. I understand that according to the style guide, right now, internet is capitalized. I also guarantee you that by the time we publish the last book under contract, the style guide will have changed and I'll be right. So just do it my way. I swear to God, it'll change before we get done with the series that's under contract. And finally, the editor was just like, fine, it's your book.
Interweb with capital letter in italics and in bold. Yeah.
Yeah, so after book 5, the Chicago Manual of Style revision came out, and this internet hasn't been capitalized ever since.
Nice.
I'm not right often. I've been married long enough to know that. But God damn it, when I am, those rare moments I remember.
Well, you got to hold on to them, man, yeah.
I haven't really had to fight very often. I tend to work with folks who give me a good amount of creative control. But my bigger places I've had to dig in tends to be, I love to sew little things that come back around in later books in a series. So sometimes I will put in details that seem very pointless or innocuous. And the editor's like, you can trim this. And I'm like, I can't. It's going to be important later on, or it's going to be a fun Easter egg later on, or what have you. And it's like, whoa, can you tell me why you're keeping it? No. So those tend to be just the toughest ones, because it has to be like, you just have to trust me.
Yeah. I don't fight with Megan very often, because most of the time she's right when she says something needs to go. I have what I call an 85-10-5 rule, in that 85% of her stuff I just accept. 10% I meet her halfway. We're usually just cutting something down, and then 5% maybe I'll say, no, I like that joke, it's staying. But it's never been a fight. The only time I actually got into a fight with an editor, and I've mentioned this before, is for Night Stalker, and the editor was like, the dead dog joke needs to go, and I was like, the dead dog joke is staying in.
You got to fight for them dead dog jokes, right?
It's a man of principle, by God.
You know something? He was like, it's like, your readers will hate it. I was like, you know something? I don't fucking care. I like it.
Dogs have had it too easy for too long. We got to start offering them fuckers. Yeah.
They've been coasting.
I got to say, like, I've never had a fight with an editor. Normally, if an editor says something's wrong, I'll either take their changes or at least revise what I'm looking at. But I will tell you a story of one thing I was quite contentious about in my first joint project with Robert Bevan. And it was called Hell's Titties, and it was about a huge mutant cockroach. And we worked out the satanic magic necessary to make the mutant cockroach. It involved a pornography magazine and some jizz and some Axe body spray, and we had it all nicely worked out. But I really wanted the giant cockroach to have a massive pair of tits. And Rob Bevan was like, well, why would it have a massive pair of tits? And I was sort of like, well, fucking, why anything, Rob Bevan, at this point? But, you know, at the end of the day, I did accept, you know, maybe that's a bit, we're laying a lot on the fucking plate here. Maybe a giant pair of tits on this cockroach is probably a step too far. And it was the right call, Bevan. It was the right call.
I was both the voice of reason and the one that didn't want to put tits in a cockroach.
Well, it was early
What's
on
wrong
in the
with me?
project.
Yeah, tits on a cockroach sounds like the way you could sum up Bevan's brand.
Yeah.
That was early on in the project. I guess we were trying to set, you know, we got to ground this in realism.
I have an artistic vision.
But I've got an idea, man. I like it. I like your idea of a giant mutant cockroach.